save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I'm doing something. This is a different one. This is a versus. Okay, this is a battle of the movie versus the remake. Okay, the movie versus the remake battle. That's what this is. This is the first time I've ever done this because I had some downtime, and I was like, okay, the movie Night of the Demons just came out on 4K from Scream Factory / Shout Factory Direct or whatever, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna relive Night of the Demons, okay? Because I have not seen it in a long, long time. I want to see if it holds up, if it's that good. Is it enjoyable? And now, you big fans, you all know that there was big releases that just happened recently from Scream Factory, where they released Night of the Demons 2 and Night of the Demons 3, which those I still haven't relived yet, and I gotta relive them because the memory's going and I gotta make it fresh. This is the original Blu-ray release of Night of the Demons that they released there, so they just upgraded for the 4K, which I did not open. I do not plan on opening because everything special is on the Blu-ray, so there's no need to open this because it's on the Blu-ray. I figured just kind of cute side by side. You know what I mean? Because this cover art I think is kind of cool, and this cover art is the original cover art. So I'm a original cover art guy. So I'm like, it looks good together. I just did that recently with the Warriors. They're releasing the Warriors on 4K and Blu-ray. So what I did is I bought the 4K and the Blu-ray, and I bought one with the special original cover, and I bought one with the new commissioned art because I was like, I like the new art, so I'll go with the cheaper one. I'll buy the Blu-ray, which is the cheaper one, and I'll buy the 4K, which is the more expensive one, and I'll keep the more expensive one sealed, and the other one I'll open up. That's what I do here. I buy a lot of crap that I don't really need, and for no apparent reason whatsoever. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason behind it, and you probably have the same reason. That's why you probably bought your 2 copies or whatever. So anyway, we're talking about Demon Knight. So as I'm doing a little bit of review because that's what I do. Listen, I am OCD, so when I'm about to do something, as far as like broadcast something on this channel, whatever, I do a lot of research. I research I watch interviews, I watch reviews, I listen to podcasts, I listen to a whole bunch of stuff before I even put in the movie. So as I'm listening to this real awesome podcast by Moods 616, I want to say that's what it was, Moods 616. He didn't tell me personally, but he says on his podcast that there's a remake of Demon Knight. Okay, and I'm like, there's a remake. Did I say? Have I been saying Demon Knight the whole time? Night of the Demons. I'm sorry, Night of the Demons. He says that there's a remake of Night. Wow. Maybe they should have called it Demon Knight. I know there was already a Demon Knight. It's probably why I was stuck in my head. I got Demon Knight stuck in my head. So anyway, he says there's a remake of Night and the Demon. Night. If I was on like a blooper show, then this would be Night of the Demons, okay? Yeah, he said there's a remake of the movie Night of the Demons, starring Edward Furlong and Shannon Elizabeth. Shannon Elizabeth being from American Pie, and Edward Furlong being from Terminator 2 and American History X, and a lot of other great. I like me some Edward Furlong. So I'm like, wow, and they're describing this movie on the podcast. I'm like, this sounds great. This sounds amazing. This is awesome. How do I get in my head? I'm like, how do I get myself a copy? I don't have that. I don't have that copy in my thing. I got 2 copies of Demon Knight. I don't have me a Demon Knight. I did it again. Wow, Night of the Demons. Hey, listen, I'm just gonna call it Demons. I'm gonna give up. Anyway, yeah, Night of the Demons remake. Okay, so I'm like, okay, how do I get myself a copy of Night of the Demons remake? So I go online, and of course I go right to eBay because that's the place to go because it's out of print. So it's out of print. I'm like, oh man, that's the end of Amazon. Amazon's got it jacked up. Can't get anywhere else. How am I gonna get this? I want to see it now. You've piqued my interest. I need to see Night of the Demons remake so I can see what the difference is between the old one and the new one, because I thought that the old one was good, and I wanted to see if the new one was better. I love doing that comparison thing. It makes me good. So after doing a little bit of shopping and a little negotiation between me and a seller on eBay, which I ended up talking the person down. They wanted like $26, talked them down to $18 because I was like, when you hit me with the taxes and you hit me with the shipping, you're really gonna do a job on me. Can you just lower it just a little bit, so I can get past that tax bump there? And they were like, they negotiated. Okay, they didn't give me what I wanted. They were like, I could counter offer. you know, and I'm like, and I love that stuff. I love playing Pawn Stars on eBay with the seller. I love going, yeah, okay, you know, why don't we meet at the middle? Meet in the middle at like 21, okay, and a few minutes later, okay, I'll take your $21 free shipping. I'm like, okay, sold. $21 free shipping for an out of print Blu-ray. Yeah, I'll get me some Night of the Demons, right? Night of the Demons remake starring Shannon Elizabeth. Let me see if I can get that in there, and Edward Furlong. Yes, okay. Um, so first of all, I'm gonna put away the shiny one here because so that way we don't get so much glare. I know we're gonna get some glare off this one, but it's okay. So I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm gonna watch the remake. I'm gonna watch the remake first. I'm gonna see if it holds my interest. How bad is the acting in the remake? And I wrote notes down. I wrote some notes down here because that's I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna forget anything. First of all, acting in both movies pretty bad. Like, I mean, you gotta admit. I mean, listen, classic horror movies. Okay, classic horror movie, but it's 80s. What's called in the 80s? What year did this thing come out? Let me see. They're gonna 1988. Yeah, this is 80s style. Probably beeline actresses that were just trying to make it into the and you know the acting's pretty rough. Okay, but I will tell you that I did think that the remake was actually okay. Now this is part where you jump down my throat. A little more creepier than this one. I found this one to be more comedic than this one. Now this one has a darker. I mean, this is in like the 2023 type thing. Not really, but the way I felt it, that's what it was. We're nowadays. You know what I mean? Where this one you got to kind of go back to the 80s. Okay, this one you're in this time period. And you know, you're dealing with clubs and you're dealing with drugs and you're dealing with all kinds of stuff that we're kind of all dealing with right now. And in this one, you're kind of not dealing so much with that. On top of that, you got the girls on. If you look at the girls on the back over here, they put them in the scantily clad outfits and everything. So, you know, to sell the movie a little bit more. You got Shannon Elizabeth probably straight out of American Pie, and you figure, oh, you put her in something, whatever, make her a witch. You know, that's a selling product right there. You're gonna sell 1 billion copies by just doing that. Where this one's kind of cute. I mean, you got Alice in Wonderland, you got the pig face guy, you got the witch girl, you got the doctor and everything. I mean, there's a doctor in this one too. We got a doctor in that one. It's just this one to me was more relaxing. Okay, does that even make sense? This is a horror movie. I find it to be more relaxing. So I got to tell you, I will tell you that I did enjoy this one for a scare more than this one for a scare. Okay, so there's my first point, my first mark there. Okay, car driving scene in this one. Okay, there's a scene in the beginning of this movie where they drive into a location, and you can literally listen. I want you people put you guys that just got this on 4K Blu-ray, put it in, and you'll know the scene I'm talking about. They're just driving in the car. Okay, and I drive. Okay, so I guess they wanted to give you the feeling that the car's moving. Okay, so, but it's like, what kind of road is somebody going down where every once in a while they're like, it was like that kind of thing. I'm like, there's no cars. I mean, what bumpy weird road are you going down? That's all of a sudden you're like all out of like, and it was annoying me after a while. I was getting a little bit annoyed. I'm like, lady, fix your shocks, or you pull over and do something. Steady the camera. I'm getting a little motion sickness driving in your car with you. Okay, where this movie didn't have that. Didn't have that car scene in it there, wherever. And if it did, it probably would have been a little more technology in there. Now we're talking 1988, so they probably didn't have the camera stuff that we have now. So I'll give them a little leniency on that. Still enjoyable, still a fun movie, but the car scene made me a little bit. I was like, get out of that damn car already. The car don't need to be bumping as much as it's supposed to be bumping. There's 2 people in that car. She ain't driving that fast. There's an issue there. Okay, so there's a little one there. Okay, all right. Now, here's I got notes. I had to write notes. Okay, sorry, because it's 2 movies. Am I supposed to remember 2 movies? So this one pretty funny. It's got that normal 80s horror dance scene where this one does not have that. This one they're at almost like a rave. So you get the music and everything, but it's more the dancing looks more natural. Okay, now you're probably saying this is a horror movie, my friend. You're picking apart their dance scene. Okay, yeah, but this one's got like that Friday the 13th, dance scene. got like those you know listen. These people should not be dancing. Okay, that's the bottom line. You know, there's no reason for them to be dancing. That I'm glad you found yourself a boombox or whatever, and that the batteries die really quick. I'm glad the batteries died really quick because the dance scene is just kind of hysterical. Like the girls can't dance, the guys can't dance. There's no like unity in it. There was like almost like the budget was so low. They were like, we ain't hiring no choreographer. You guys are gonna make believe you're dancing, and we can't afford a sound guy right now. So you're gonna be dancing to nothing and make believe there's music playing behind you, and you just so it kind of looks like everybody's just dancing to their own little beat. It's a little weird, but if you watch the movie, you'll get that one too. So it has a normal 80s dance scene in it there. This one over here, okay, so let's get this clear here. The new one, everybody turns into a demon because they find bodies in the basement, and they're all skeletons, and there's one there with a gold tooth, and the main character, the main girl that's running the party, she decides she wants to steal the gold tooth out of the skeleton's mouth, okay? And the skeleton wakes and bites her, and that's what passes on the demons, okay? That's what makes the night of the demons, okay? She gets bit by a skeleton with a gold tooth. This one was literally the girl just standing there and she breathes, and the soul of Beelzebub or whatever it is goes flying into her mouth, and she just passes it through kissing, okay? This one gets passed through kissing or all kinds of other stuff, okay? This one got a little more graphic than this one. This one has a few scenes or whatever, but not as, you know, we're dealing with the 80s, and then we're dealing with the newest stuff there. So of course they push the envelope just a little bit more, so you can get a little bit more of those teen kids to run in there and be like, yeah, I want some of that stuff because it's got those cool sex scenes in it there, and that's why. So yeah, there's a little more stuff going on this one than this one, okay? Which to me, I respect this movie for that. You know, yeah. I'm there to watch a horror movie sometimes, and sometimes the over the top long scenes like that, they kind of make me forget that I'm watching a horror movie. Like what kind? Hey, wait a minute, what kind of movie did I put on here? I can't remember. I'm losing track of thought. Can't remember. All right. So okay. So okay. So like I said, skeletons, whatever, and then this one over here is a mirror. So it's more of like a mirror on the wall type thing. So it seems like they're ripping off every single like a Disney cliche in this thing, where like you got Alice, okay, and then you got Through the Looking Glass, and when they go find this mirror, they turn the mirror aside, and the mirror shows them visions of how they're gonna die. Okay, that's how they get possessed, and that's how the whole thing breaks loose, where these people find bodies in the basement. Okay, all right. So the reflection shows thing, and spirits and demons just come from okay, so yeah, so the spirits just come. That's in my notes. I don't have any more notes than that. So yeah, the spirits come from the basement. Now I'm gonna freehand this whole thing. I'm freehand the whole thing. So, so like I said, I watched this. This was, I'm gonna call this one a comfort horror movie. I felt very relaxed. I felt not scared at all. I felt like I wasn't at the edge of my seat. I felt like I could put this in on any night. I could be eating supper, and I'm not gonna get like grossed out, be like, oh, here comes that scene, you know what I mean? And I'm eating like spaghetti. This isn't good. You know, you know what I'm talking about. You horror movie watchers, and you can't help but watch the horror movie while you're eating supper, okay? And you get to a scene, and someone like, oh, wait a minute, I'm eating spaghetti and meatballs, and that kind of resembles spaghetti and meatballs. You know what I mean? You have one of them things. I didn't feel any of that in this. This just felt like I could put this in any time and just watch it, and it would be like, I'm good. I'm comfortable. I'm not, and you would think not, because I mean, look at the cover of this. They did a really good job with them. Actually, they did better with the makeup in this one than they did in the '88 version. My personal opinion.
Strike that. Reverse it.
The demons looked like demons. They really were kind of creepy looking. That's beautiful. I mean, that's just beautiful artwork. Which, you know, nowadays, you know, they do a lot of CGI stuff, and I always think CGI kind of ruins the whole original, you know, classic effects of an actual artist working on somebody's face. So yeah, this one gets more props for the scarier demons, but it's not that scary. The movie itself is not that scary. Where this one, I was kind of at the edge of my seat throughout the whole movie, and I was like, wow, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And it's funny, because if you've watched this, you kind of know what's gonna happen next, but in this one, it kind of really twists this movie. So you're not really, when they do the remakes of most movies, and you expect them to put in like this movie and be like, oh, it's exactly like that. All they did is change the actors. They changed a couple of things. You know, you got a little bit more information maybe. No, that's not. It's a different storyline. Edward Furlong is a drug dealer. He gets stuck in the house because he goes in the house and the cops come. They raid the. He's trying to sell his drugs in the house, and they go to raid the house, and he pushes his drugs in like a ventilation shaft, and he has to stay in the house to go downstairs in the basement, try to find out where his drugs are, and that's how they find the dead bodies in the basement. They go down and they find the skeletons in the basement. Is they're down there with Edward Furlong looking for his drug supply or whatever, and of course, you know, in normal crazy horror movie level there, everybody in their grandmother needs to go down to that basement too. You know, I don't know about you. You know, like I said, I put myself in the place of the characters there, but I don't know about you. But if I was at a party and the place just got raided by the cops, number one, I'd probably already be gone. I wouldn't have stuck around. I wouldn't be staying around in the place. I would have, the cops come, I'm running. Okay, I'm running out of that place. I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm getting in my car, I'm taking off. But these people decide they're gonna stay along, especially the drug guy. You gotta get his drugs because Manny the mafia guy wants to make sure that if you don't sell those things, they're gonna kill him. So he's gotta make sure he finds those drugs. So I get that. Okay, I get why he's in the house. But then these other 4 or 5 stupid kids, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna stay too. And then the cops lock the gate behind them. Now, this part kind of got me. Now, I'm going to stop talking about this for a little bit because we already established that this is a classic, okay? So I'm going to go a little bit more on this one. So the cops, they leave and they lock the gate behind them. So now you get the 5 kids stuck in the house of horror, okay? Where this one actually, they used a mausoleum / cemetery. This one was just a abandoned house that she rented out. She was throwing a party. And, I'm looking at this fence, right? So this is like I said, put myself in the place of the character. I'm looking at this fence and I'm like, buddy, kids, children, stupid children. Okay, there's a way to get over this fence. Stand on each other's shoulders. It wasn't that high. Okay, it was not that high. Literally, it was a wrought iron fence and there was a wall. Okay, so in my head, I'm like, if you don't want to stay the night at this creepy place, stand on each other's shoulders, get the guy up on it, like you see in the regular movies. They get the guy on top of the wall, lean the one guy over that grabs the hands and pulls the one girl over and then the other girl over, and then the last one has to do the run. They do the run where they jump up and they grab your hands and you pull them up. It could have been done. Believe me, if I want to get the hell out of some place, I would have figured. I would have been pulling down tree branches. I would have been building ramps. So I would have figured out a way to get the hell out of there. Listen, I ain't gonna be getting killed by no demons. There ain't gonna be no Night of the Demons for me. I'm gonna get the hell out of that. Get the hell out of Dodge. I would have left when the cops came, and if I got stuck there because I'm so stupid and the cops locked the gate behind me, I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm gonna have my friend lay on all fours with their hands up in the air, and maybe somebody on top of his back like this or whatever, and I'm gonna be doing the running, jumping, and I'll be the first one over that fence, okay? And if my friends can't make it over, listen, I'll call you tomorrow, maybe if you make it out alive. And that's the way I feel. Listen, I have a lot. Listen, I love you. Okay, but you stupid too. Okay, you stupid. You should have got out when I got out, but I'm smart enough to be the first one over the fence. That's just me. That's just me. So yeah, so all of a sudden, everybody in the house starts turning into demons or whatever, and they find this room in the house, which I thought was so cool. There's a folklore story of the demons coming out before, and there was a maid, and the maid put all these spells on the wall, and that's the only room that the demons can't go in. Which is cool because it's like now that gave me like a Dawn of the Dead type feel. Like now I'm trapped in a room and I can't go out because now there's creatures outside there. And of course you don't leave the room that's covered in spells because you're safe. Which wait for the sun to come up. The sun comes up, demons disappear. You're all set. It's like a 24-hour thing. All they had to do was pretty much take a nap. They make sure the spells didn't fall off the wall and take a nap. But little spoiler here, the demons are like, we got away or whatever, and then they make the walls bleed. And next thing you know, the spells start washing off the walls. But that's okay because they're in they got a fireplace there, and they got coal, and they're able to redo the whole spell thing or whatever, and they're safe again. But then there's always that one stupid kid where the door flies open. They're like, oh, that's peculiar. That's peculiar that the door just flew open. I think I'm gonna walk close to the door and I'm gonna talk to the crazy ass demon that's outside the door because I'm stupid. Okay.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
And that's exactly what's happened there. Next thing you know, you got she leads all 4 of those dopes out there. 3, I think it's 3 of them left. 3 of the dopes left out of there, and they realize that it's not daytime anymore. The demons done tricked them. Okay, and That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna go any more than that. You're gonna have to see it. Now, this one is a definite must see. Okay, I gotta tell you, I've been doing these little must sees. You might want to pass. Only to save you guys some time because life is too precious and too short. I am glad that this Mood 616 guy started talking about this movie because this is now in the top in the top movies of my like horror collection. Okay, this is a definitely a rewatch, another rewatch, and another rewatch. This one, fun. Okay, this is just fun. It's cute, it's fun, it's 80s, it's got that 80s music, it's got the 80s vibes, it's got the 80s feel. This is just a fun horror movie, just like every other fun horror movie back in the 80s. This is just fun stuff. And this one is a little more hardcore with a little bit more of a darker storyline. So let's make this so nobody gets offended here. Okay, this has a dark storyline. This one is a little more funnier and uplifting. I mean, you even got like the weird, goofy Italian guy there, whatever. That's like he's the punk. It's like the guy didn't even have to talk. You already you were gonna be like, yeah, that's the punk guy. That's gonna be the guy that's gonna be a problem. This guy's gonna be a problem because he's got an attitude problem. He's giving you a hard time, and he's got that strong Italian voice. Hey, you know what's going on? He has that strong Italian voice going on. He's like really like ripping into the kids and ripping into the girls and ripping. You want him to die. You want him to die quick. It's like they always gonna throw one of those guys and you're like, yes, please kill him already. Kill him because he's driving me crazy. I want him dead soon. And where this one is like you're like rooting. See, this one I was rooting for the demons. Okay, I was rooting for the demons. I'm like, these a bunch of stupid teenagers and they all be stupid. I'm rooting for the demons. Kill them all. Kill all these kids because they stupid. Okay, they stupid. They got trapped behind a little tiny fence. They should have jumped over and actually no, this one was a wall. Yeah, this one was the wall, and that got me too because not to ruin the movie, but if you see the end of the movie, you know what happens. This is the same kind of thing. I mean, eventually you should have figured out how to get over the wall. If you would have figured out how to get over the wall, it would have been a real short movie, but it would have been a little bit smarter. I ain't spending the night with demons, okay? And none of these people like really that close, you know what I mean? So literally they could have disappeared. No big deal. With that said, my friends, these are both a definite buy, a definite pickup, a definite C. If you have not seen the classic Night of the Demons, definitely watch the classic first, so you'll have a little comparison. And if you can get your hands on Night of the Demons, the remake, okay, which are they calling something else? Nope, just Night of the Demons, and it says a film by Adam Gershaw. I hope I'm saying that right. Shannon Elizabeth, Monica Keena, Dyra Baird, Michael Coupon, whatever, and Edward Furlong. Furlong. That coupon guy. Copon. Copan. Whatever. This one was really really good. Like I said, I put this thing on. I was like, wow, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and I gotta thank you guys that do YouTube videos too. I mean, it's because I do YouTube videos doesn't mean I don't watch YouTube videos. And there's some guys out there like Richard Diaz and this Mood 616 guys and a couple other guys that that they do these videos on and they give you just so much information that it's like they kind of make up your mind for you, which is good for me because to me I would be like be buying everything. I'd be buying everything that is ever released. But they were really boosting up on this thing, and I was like, I gotta grab a copy. I gotta grab a copy. Hopefully I can get it for a good deal. And $21. It was worth $21. It was definitely worth, especially for an out of print Blu-ray. So there is a few more on there. There's a company that sells stuff on eBay but doesn't sell stuff on eBay. This is a really weird thing. One of my one of my subscribers that leaves comments, they knew exactly who I was talking about. There is this company on eBay that is a big company. They sell everything that you want, every single piece of media that you want. But for some reason, you try to buy from them, and you're unable to buy from this seller, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And I'm not the only one. There was a list of people that watch this channel that know exactly who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to give them any publicity because they don't even make any sense to me. Why would you even have a eBay store if you don't even sell anything? But I can't purchase from them, and these other people can't purchase from them either. I don't know what their issue is, but they're really like against like people If you send them a message, even if it's a kind message, they don't want to talk to you. So if you message them, you can't buy from them no more. If you ask them a question about a merchandise, I'm pretty sure they got rid of me because I asked if I know exactly what it was. I sent them a message saying that I wanted to buy something from them. I just want to make sure that it's not a bootleg copy because I just bought from another seller and now I'm battling with PayPal to try to get my money back. And their response to me was, "You're a troublemaker." and then I couldn't buy from them anymore. That was the response. "You're a troublemaker. We don't need troublemakers in our lives." How am I being a troublemaker asking you if yours is a legit copy? I mean, it's a, and I even explained to them that I said I just bought from another seller and it was quite a bit of money. I'm not a rich person. I'm like, I just want to make sure that this is a legit copy. And they were like, "You're a troublemaker." I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a troublemaker for asking you if I can get a real copy of whatever I'm trying to order from you. I want to make sure that you are not selling bootlegs. I mean, I don't know if a bootlegger would even tell you that they were selling bootlegs to begin with, but I was waiting to see what the answer would be, and the answer was, "You're a troublemaker," and I'm like, that's odd. It's I guess when you ask people questions, you causing trouble for them. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. Get yourself, listen, I'm promoting both of these. Go to Scream Factory, Shout Factory, get yourself a copy of Night of Demons. You don't necessarily have to get the 4K version. You're perfectly fine getting a Blu-ray version because all the extras and stuff like that pretty much poured over from everything that's on this is on the Blu-ray in here. Okay, so you'd buy in this for the 4K. And I'm not a 4K guy. So if you're not a 4K guy either and you want to save yourself a couple bucks, I think we're talking a difference between like $20 between the 4K and the Blu-ray. So you could actually pick this up. Not everybody's buying the 4Ks. You can actually pick this up on eBay actually really cheap if you don't want to get it from the Scream Factory site. But that's entirely up to you. And this thing, yeah, you might have to hunt a little bit. But yeah, I'll tell you right now, it was worth the hunt. It was worth the hunt. It was worth the negotiations. It was worth every penny I paid for this thing. I thought this was a nice little roller coaster ride of fun that wasn't the same thing as the older movie. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you every single day, every single comment, every single subscription, every single like, every single bell ring. I appreciate you more than you know, and I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.